get to a decision maker.
Okay, so can I get answers faster at a community bank than I would at one of the larger banks?
Absolutely.
Is there less red tape and bureaucracy? And
I can tell you I get calls on a routine basis from customers. Our management team is very accessible. I will share this story with you because I think this is really an illustration of who we are and what we do. But obviously everybody knows about the Small Business Administration Paycheck Protection Program that was rolled out in the spring. We were right on board with that from day one when it came out. And our lenders worked feverishly to reach out to local businesses to assist them in getting that financing. I have subsequently received phone calls from numerous customers. One experience he had with one of our commercial lenders at 6:30 on a Sunday morning when he had questions and that lender helped him get a loan. This is a customer that wasn't a dime bank customer. He was with, I'm not going to mention the name, a much larger regional institution who honestly did not have him on the priority listing of customers to get loans. We jumped on it. We talk about access to decision making and being nimble. That's what it's all about. And we have a team of people that is really living community banking. It's not a 9-to-5 job. It's not as rigid as some of the larger institutions.
well, you know what it is. You're not taking people for granted. In fact, you're going the extra mile for your customers.
That's absolutely correct. And I think, especially in times like we're in right now, people really appreciate that. There will not be an experience that somebody forgets quickly. It makes a difference. It really does. And I'm sure Bill has a million of those stories from his career.
I'll spare you, but I will say that when I was active, my phone number was in the phone book.
Oh, of course it wouldn't be. Even now, you're still a celebrity. No, but seriously, Nick, tell me about your decision to move up into the greater Hartford area and why you chose Glastonbury and Manchester as these new branches.
It's a great question, and the answer is multifaceted. One, it was a natural extension for us up Route 2 from Norwich, where we're based, but also in the current environment. We talk about banks consolidating and selling and being acquired, branches closing down.
Right.
There were some very attractive locations that became available to us in both of those towns. We looked at several locations. We landed on two, one on Hebron Avenue in Glastonbury that coincidentally used to be Mr. McGurk's branch back in the day. Years and years ago. It was a Rockville Bank branch. And we also have one on West Middle Turnpike in Manchester. They became available as a result of the consolidation in the industry. And again, during a pandemic, sometimes people scratch their head saying, you're opening a branch?
Yeah.
People aren't going into banks anymore. Well, you know what? The pandemic will pass.
Of course.
Face-to-face banking will come back. And we were just presented with some incredible opportunities to enter the greater Hartford market because there are no other significant community bank presence. There is not a community bank
It's
presence.
so funny you say that because I get teased all the time, whether it's from my listeners or even Ryan, my producer, because I'm one of these people, I still have a checkbook. I'm one of the few people here at this radio station that does not have direct deposit. I want to hold it. No, I really, in fact,
Trust but verify, right?
I was clearing out my wallet. This must have been, I don't know, a year or so ago. And I found an old ATM card. It was the last ATM card that I had, and it expired, I think, in 2013 or 2014. Why I was still carrying this, I don't even use ATM cards.
Yeah.
And I know that's pretty extreme, but that's the truth. I am old school when it comes to that, and I believe you wholeheartedly when you said people are going to come right back to banks. They love the interaction. You can be a lot more clear about your instruction and what you're seeking to do in your visit to the bank. So, but so tell me, how has the feedback been so far with these two new locations?
Oh, it's been phenomenal, and we do a lot of outreach to new communities, and we're obviously involved a lot on social media. Bob was just telling me, Bob, our marketing director, was just telling me we have so many new Facebook friends that have signed up since we've announced the opening in the Greater Hartford market. People want to follow us, and the response has been fantastic. The local chambers both have said to us, wow, community banking is back. That's fantastic. We know our communities want a community bank. We know you're going to do exceptionally well here. The staff we hired are all local people. These aren't folks that we're bringing in from on the other side of the state. These are Manchester, Glastonbury, Greater Hartford residents and bankers that have known this market for decades.
How many branches did you say you had?
We have now a total of 13 branches. So still considered, you know, a relatively small community bank. But, you know, we were talking, and Bill mentioned how Rockville started. We started with $1,000 back in 1869, and we're $1 billion today. So look at that.
There you go.
It's a model that works. It really is.
Just a thought about the branches. Maybe you don't want to go into the bank, you want to do it some way, but you want to be able to go into the bank if you got something to settle. Problem with the check, problem with a loan payment or something. You don't want to do with a call center and how many miles away.
What advice, though, would you offer to Nick and Don?
Get your name out there, get your people involved in the community, and get and train the best people you get. That's the big answer right there. I'll share you some McGurkisms afterwards. The way you treat the customers.
And Nick, the final question for you. What message would you like to share with our listeners regarding Don?
Boy, I have to say, you know, if you're looking for a more personal alternative, if you're looking for a bank that is going to spend time with you, that actually isn't driven by the bottom line, but is driven by giving service and doing it the old-fashioned way, an institution that gives back, we're the institution for you. And
Really quickly, I know you said 13 locations. They can find those locations on your website.
Yes.
What is that?
www.dime-bank.com. Feel free to log on at any point. You can open an account online. You can send us a message. You can learn more about the institution, our foundation, our Blue Crew, which is our community outreach team. There's a lot of information there.
Thank you so much. Nick Kaplanson, Dime Bank, and Bill McGurk. My goodness, the one and only.